Hello, my name's Fox Nights. And I'm Fox. I am very late to this. Also, I should probably put my light over here. I gotta see. Like I only have one light, and I could move it back. I keep moving it back and forth, but also at this point, I also feel like I should just buy a second light just to say just that way. There's always one light that's at least here, and then the other one, that seems probably the same. I don't know. Any case, hello, my name's Fox Nights. So they get 9-bit Fox. Jurassic World Theory, which also this is one of my old raptor figures. I have another one that's like about the size of that T-Rex, which also, mind you, that is a new T-Rex. That is a Hammond collection one. I got that sucker for like $30, if not like $30, and it usually goes for like 50. I got like $20 off of it because somebody returned that in a packaging of another T-Rex that was already on sale, and I brought that sucker up to the counter and I said, "Hey, this is the wrong T-Rex, but I want this one. Can I buy it for that? Can I get a discount because it's not the right one?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I got it. And the thing is that thing is sold out on Big Bad Toy Store and all this other stuff. So I don't know where I could get it other than maybe eBay. And I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be like $50-$60. So getting that for like $30 ain't a bad deal. That's a badass T-Rex. And I've always wanted a T-Rex toy. But Chaos Theory. This is a show that is a follow-up to Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, which I actually really like. Also, it took me... Wait a minute. Of course that's how this is broken. Or wait. Or maybe I have this one that's broken. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Ooh. Anyways. Sorry, I'm doing it slightly an unboxing, because it turns out, a long time ago, I had a toy that was this, which I guess apparently was a hybrid series for Jurassic Park, which I never knew. And I don't know if I still have the original one or not, but I did have this wing, which, now looking at it, there's a ball joint in there, which I'm guessing young me broke this, and unless it's supposed to go in like that? No, it's not. Okay, so yeah, but I'll get into this in a minute. But Camp Cretaceous, season 4, technically, I guess, where he follows them during the events of, the events after Jurassic World 2, where, after the Indoraptor escaped, and, God, this is gonna be a pain in my ass. Do I have a better screwdriver in this room? I don't think I do. But I don't want to break the little ball joint in there, but I also don't want to leave it in there if I can get the wing out. I'm now just spinning it inside, and I don't want to bust it. Hold on. Sorry. I meant to, because I wanted to be like, oh yeah, look at this. Because it turns out, I guess the whole hybrid, thing, they were originally going to make, I guess, a series. The thing is, too, wait a minute, if I remember correctly, this series, hold on. Yeah, right. That's oh shit. Jurassic World. Nope. Jurassic Park. Chaos Effect. That's what these are from. Yes, they're called the Chaos Effect. See, it all ties together. They're called the Chaos Effect, where these are hybrid dinos. Oh my god, that is so weird. They have this is a pterodactyl mixed with a ankylosaur, I think. You can kind of tell, like, it's missing the ballpoint here, and it's like $30 on YouTube, on eBay. Like, it's, the pricing is kind of nuts, and apparently they were gonna have this cool, like, Ultima dino that, like, it was like the crowning jewel of the set, and it never came out, and I'm kind of pissed that it never came out. Like, I'm kind of pissed this thing is not coming out, so I can... Because here's the thing. I saw this figure... this is totally off topic, I'm sorry. But I saw this figure online, and I'm like, look at these toys real quick. I saw the Ultimasaurus, and I saw this guy, and then I saw this wing, and I'm like, I recognize that wing, because I have my toy box with all my old toys in it. And then I'm like, I recognize that wing! I'm like, holy shit, that was a Jurassic Park toy? Yeah. God, that tail movement. Okay, but in any case, oh wait, is that like a that's how it's rubber, but then like it's a string that I'm pulling, I think. Yeah, I'm pulling the string, and it's how that's interesting. In any case, Chaos, let's watch the trailer real quick. Oh yeah, this is see, like, these were like some of the toys that got released and stuff like that. Anyways, let's watch the trailer real quick, and we'll get into this. We'll get into this season. 3, 2...
Darius, you said you'd be here.
It wasn't your fault.
If I had met her that night, then...
No, that's why I'm here. I've been reading some stuff on Dark Jurassic. Brooklyn's death was no accident. She was targeted.
But why? Who would even want to do that?
I don't know for sure, but whoever killed Brooklyn is coming after the rest of us, too. We need to warn the others. Sammy? Kenji? Yas?
We've got a problem.
We're all in danger. And whoever is hunting us, they're using raptors to do it.
Raptors? Yep. For real?
I bet I didn't see the trailer, because that was a surprise a bit.
They found us.
It's like evil Chris Pratt. They're the creators of Jurassic World.
Where was she going?
This site is tracking the location of a bunch of dinosaurs. How many people are in on this?
We need a plan. Want to make a little chaos?
Chaos will reign comes home.
I'm working on it!
This is really happening?
Yeah, it's happening.
Okay, so again, this is following after the events of the second Jurassic World movie, where dinos are now running amok in the world. Dinos are running amok in the world. Nueblar 6 are back home, but they're separated, and the thing is, like, they're all dealing with their own shit as adults. This is going to annoy the shit out of me until I get it fixed. I got it! I gotta save that later. But I'm gonna go ahead and hope that's not a defective thing that was broken with all of these figures. And hopefully I didn't mess up the mold with that. But ta-da! I really hope, I hope man, it's gonna suck if I find the original one and we're like, well, then again, the original one must have had a messed up bulb thing, but then again, if I find it again, I'll super glue it back. But yeah! I know I must have loved this thing because I always loved the flying dinosaurs back then. I've gone to love the T-Rex way more. But anyways, back to the show. Okay, so I'm gonna spoil some shit in this. So pretty much, then again, this show pretty much like kind of already said everything that happens in the season. Darius is okay. So back to the beginning. This is years after the last season and after the second movie, where dinosaurs were released onto the planet. These guys are growing up. They're adults now, but there's a big problem where they're like it seems, quote unquote, and I'm gonna spoil this show, so go watch it. I actually really enjoyed it. Go watch it. If you like dinosaur stuff, go watch it. Though the trailers kind of spoiled a lot of it. Like Brooklyn is apparently dead, and I was like, really? And like maybe like here's the thing too about this show, because it plays around, like characters die in this, like die, but a lot of it's off camera. So on one hand, I want to say it's probably done extremely well that it's all done off camera, because you don't know who really dies. Like there's a character that I'm like 100% sure, like I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be alive when, like, in the next season. God, look at that. These colors are insane, but you know. I gotta get the tail end so I can plop it on here. But these guys are anyways. Actually, I could put them over there. Anyways, there we go. All right, so pretty much spoilers. The big thing that like it seems to have broken up the friend group a bit, and everything's kind of spaced out, is Brooklyn's dead. By that reaction, can you tell that? Okay, not saying like I didn't get spoilers, big spoilers, because again, go watch it. I enjoyed it. That's all I'm gonna say right now. Ready, set, go. Okay, Brooklyn's alive. And like, but the whole thing is, and we don't know that till the very end, where the end stinger. Because I'm thinking like, all right, what would be the big stinger for the end? And a lot of characters, again, because it's still a kids show, so they're not gonna show. They're not gonna show like, you know, someone getting dismembered, all that stuff. Even though I'm pretty sure that was in the movies. So characters get, again, off screen. So they die. Everyone seems to kind of be on their own thing. Darius he was a DPW, which are like pretty much animal control for dinosaurs. He was DPW, but after Brooklyn's death, he quit the force, and he's kind of just living out in a cabin alone, hunting down his one. I can't remember, it's some kind of this dino that has one grayed out eye. Which, is there a story behind this toy? Why this dino has one grayed out eye? But then again, he also has like these scratches on his tail and back. So like this raptor must have been through some shit. There's also a separate eye from him. In any case, so Ben comes back, and Ben is built like a shit house. A brick shit house? Whatever. And he's also a conspiracy nut going on this dark Jurassic website where he gets info, and like there's a bunch of bullshit stories on there like, oh, the new six were actually cloned back on the island, and they never actually survived. But there are some stuff about, like, you know, something about like something to do with the dinosaurs that are disappearing. Something about like Brooklyn's death wasn't an accident, but it was actually a cover-up. And there's a bunch of like little things like that, and that's what sets this off. Ben says like, I think we're being followed, and it just so happens that day, that's when 3 raptors came in. Which also, it turns out, because again, I don't know about you, but if you've heard about dinosaurs, especially Jurassic Park, people say like, well, technically that's not a raptor. That's whatever the other dinosaur there is. And like the raptors actually these tiny small chicken-like ones that are covered in feathers, which yes, they are covered in feathers. But it turns out there is something like the Utah raptor, which are big-ass dinos like this. Like, even though these ones are technically based off that other one, they are like raptors that are this big, who have the big claw and all that stuff. Are actually bigger than these type of raptors existed. So it's just that by the time Jurassic Park happened, like, they were just being discovered, I guess. So But yeah, those raptors do exist. There are some big ass raptors like this. So don't let anyone tell you like these are technically inaccurate. They kind of are, but kind of aren't. But also, again, they would have feathers. I do want to get a figure of raptors with feathers. In any case, raptors attack. There's this lady. We find it way later. She has like this bowl cut hair. Like she has her eyes always open. Doesn't say anything. Has a whistle. And she always whistles. And she whistles to control her raptors. She is like an evil Chris Pratt. But also like, it wouldn't surprise me if they say like, oh yeah, she's a lizard person. Because she was just like, what is humanity? Like, some bullshit like that. Like, that's how she felt. So, dinosaurs. So, pretty much, it is Darius and Ben having to get everyone back together, going to pick up Sammy, in Texas, where Sammy actually has Bumpy there, but Bumpy keeps getting out, and oh boy, does her neighbor hate that, and eventually does he get eaten by raptors off camera. There's a pretty big body count in this movie, in this show. Mostly raptors. I don't think any of them were human, but you know what I mean. Well, mostly raptors eating people. So they go to get Sammy, they go to get Kenji, but then Kenji is having a problem with Darius. We don't know why. And Darius, like, they come there and Kenji just like, oh, hey, guys. Completely ignores Darius. Goes in, closes the door on him. And, like, they're trying, and it's the mystery of what was Brooklyn doing. Because Brooklyn called Darius and told Darius, hey, I need your help. Something's happening. I need you. She looks adorable in this. Like, I need your help. And pretty much Kenji's mad at Darius because Brooklyn said he needed to be there and he wasn't there. And also Kenji did, the reason why, like, I think Brooklyn was even in that area too was because Kenji actually broke up with Brooklyn because Brooklyn was on her phone during Brooklyn apparently was always spacing out or was always working on something. She was like a reporter. And apparently she must have stumbled onto something because because she eventually gets killed by this run dinosaur, and it turns out again, it looks like it might not actually have been just a random dinosaur attack. I think they even hint at the very end that it's actually the lady with the raptors who did it to kill her off for whatever reason. Kenji and Darius have to learn to make up and be brothers again, as well as like Darius is also avoiding his family for whatever reason. I think probably because he feels guilty because he's also hunting down that dinosaur. Like when that dinosaur pops up, he chases it down, and the DPW have to go like, dude, this ain't your job anymore. Go home. And also apparently we find out later, Darius actually fell in love with Brooklyn, and the reason why he wasn't there when Brooklyn called him was because he was just embarrassed when Brooklyn found out. And he's like, I don't think Brooklyn actually liked me back or whatever. And then also that they have to eventually find Kenji's dad, who is in a halfway house. I guess when you get out of jail, you go to a halfway house. And Kenji's dad tells Kenji, like, I'll tell you why Brooklyn was here, because they're the whole thing. But you have to join my new company, because my company, my face is burned on the company corporate network, but yours isn't. And Kenji's like, nah, screw you. And then he's like, wait, just stay with me. I'll tell you what happened. And then raptors attacked. And the thing is, again, this is why, spoilers, I'm pretty sure Kenji's dad is fine. It all depends, because again, a lot of deaths, like Sammy's neighbor, also Sammy's doing the dance fighting, capoeira. I remember that from Ben 10, the reboot. Gwen learns it. Think. Ben 10. Da-da-da-da. No. That is not even the right song. What the hell was I singing? When the lizard lady comes by and whistles on her send the raptors. She sends the raptors after Kenji and Darius. And immediately when the Raptors look they're about to kill Kenji's dad, they run off to go attack with the other P characters. Only until Kenji's dad gets in the way do the Raptors get there. And we do see like the claw come down. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be like the claw stabbed into Kenji's dad's head. And then it looks like they started biting at him. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's still alive. Maybe he's going to be a little messed up. But I don't think he's going to be dead because it seemed very much like the lady with the was like, no, don't attack him. Like, even though, like, every other person that wasn't part of this shady shit going down, like, was fine. Was like, she made sure to tell them, like, hey, don't attack them. So, yeah, also there was this, what is it? This one dude has, like, this Jurassic Park little thing where you can find those, you can meet those little dinosaurs that headbutt you. Man, what was his name? Billy Nublar, some shit. It was, I was like, that's actually kind of genius, that name. Let's see here. Yes, accidentally. Kenji's dad got 8. Bobby Nublar. King Dinos. Yeah, Bobby Nublar and King Dinos was the place. Also, this was after... Also, I will say this right now, because Ben and Sammy, because Yaz isn't picking up her phone, Ben and Sammy leave Darius with Kenji and say, you have to make up with Kenji and, figure out all this and get him to go with his dad. And Kenji right now is already showing, like, he does not give a shit about Darius right now and is angry and pissed. And it's really funny. Not funny. I honestly think they're kind of dicks. Ben and Sammy doing this to Darius. Because, like, you gotta go talk to him. Like, no! One of you dumbasses stay here and do it. Or, better yet, one of you guys go to Kenji and say, hey, we're all about to die. Pull your shit together. Stop with this fighting bullshit right now. Deal with it after we're not dead. Okay? Okay. Like, someone needed to tell Kenji that shit. Like, eventually, like, Darius and Kenji do kind of get back to being brothers and stuff like that. But even then, it was so, like, I was like, why? Like, someone needs to step up for Darius at this point because Kenji's not going to listen. And honestly, it probably would have saved them a shit ton of time if they would have, like, let's see. Like, it would have been, like, better in that sense. But no, they just straight, like, I don't know. It probably would have been better because then maybe Kenji's dad, like, Darius would have stood there and, like, because at one point, Kenji's dad goes, oh, Darius, can you leave? This is family business. Like, I feel like Kenji would have been like, he is family, if they were on good terms, but, But anyways, like, this whole leads to a whole bunch of things, and also, like I said, like, characters get killed off screen. Brooklyn, like, all we see from that night constantly is that there's a big-ass blood splatter, the one-eyed dino is there, and there's that one, like, DPW agent looked back at Darius like, and it turns out that DPW agent later on saves their ass from those dinos, and then goes along saying like, yeah, I got paid. Yeah, like they'd message me and say, hey, can you drop off this dino here? And the dinosaur would be tranked, would go into the other truck, and that's it. We're done. But this was weird, man. Like this time there was no other truck, and it wasn't tranked. And then the dinosaur got out. Like they released the thing remotely. Dinosaur got out. He saw Brooklyn run, heard her yell, go, ah! Get cut out, and he's like, holy shit, I just got someone killed. And then leads to him being guilty, him then tracking these guys down the exact moment to come save them. Not saying like, Deus Ex Machina or whatnot, but sure, whatever. It is weird that you waited a year and 2 months afterward. Also, there's some other things, because eventually they find Brooklyn's phone, because this guy had it, gives it to them. The phone, like, they unlocked it, Darius knew the code, and they find Brooklyn had a secret apartment that I guess was still being paid for, which, you know what? probably does make sense because, spoilers again, Brooklyn is still alive, but maybe someone else is paying for it too. But it's also weird that, like, her bike was also still there. I'm surprised it didn't have a shit ton of tickets or, like, repossessed or just taken by the cops or something. But it was just there and, like, all right, fine, whatever. I guess maybe she could have had a storage area in this apartment. Go to the apartment. They find a bag full of, like, millions of dollars. And, like, apparently it says, to our new partnership, which it might have been maybe Kenji's dad who was setting that up, because Kenji's dad says that he's going to try to build a new empire and a new thing. He wants Kenji to be the face of it because he's, you know, one of the Nublar Six, and that's, you know, business. And a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to think. But yeah, so that all happened. And eventually, Ben and Sammy get to Yaz in this dino-free land, which I was like, how the hell are you gonna have it dino-free? And like, it's on an island, surrounded by water. There's only like one, it looks like maybe 2 entrances in, and there's gates that like scan you, like, are you a dinosaur? You're not? Okay. I guess. And like they say, oh, we got radar for the flying ones, and we have these here to keep all of the other dinosaurs out because it's this other food stuff. And Yaz is working through like PTSD, and she's doing this because I guess she just left Sammy at one point because Sammy was coddling her, I guess, and like, you know, like, oh, you know, but like Yaz wanted to show like, I'm learning to be better, like, why won't you learn that? And then Sammy's like, I would if you didn't leave. And Yaz like Sammy's like, how would I know? You've been gone for months. How would I know you have grown where if I haven't talked to you? If you've been avoiding my calls and I haven't seen you in this many months? And Yaz is like, you know what? You're right. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. No, I'm on her side. I'm on Sammy's side. What the hell did you do? Why did you just run away? But so, and then, but these guys are apparently very connected because they let the gates open. These 2 big dinosaurs that kind of look like Spinos but aren't busted in just started eating people and killing people, and just like they try to escape. The dinos, like at one point, the dinos got the van that Ben, Sammy, Yaz are in. Cornered. The DPW will be like, the DPW's here, and the DPW shoots out their tires and like, the DPW are part of the bad guys. Their truck gets knocked into the water. I'm very surprised Ben, who's like this, like, again, this dude who's like, oh my god, you know, like the world's like, you know, it's a secret organization of lizard people, like that kind of people. I'm surprised he didn't have something to break the windows to get out of the van, but they get out of the van that, like, it's dumped into the water, I should say. They eventually hitch a ride with the DPW guys, which is weird, because I thought they were going to jump into the front seat and knock them out, or something along those lines. But instead, they got into the cage with the carnivorous dinosaurs that almost killed them before, but one of them was trained. And I'm like, you guys aren't the smartest, are you? But eventually this leads to them getting to DPW Place, where there's a bunch of dinos, where they find Bumpy again, because they had to leave Bumpy behind. And Bumpy's captured, but like there's a catalog on her crate that says deceased, and they're like, what do you mean deceased? And Bumpy's acting weird. Spoilers, she was having egg, which it's really funny, because I'm like, oh, she's pregnant. Oh no, we have to worry about like a baby calf, like dinosaur now. And then when they pulled out like a tiny egg, I was like, right, dinosaurs aren't mammals. Dinosaurs are reptiles and or lizards, and so they lay eggs. Correct, right? I forgot about that. Also, it's the Indorex. It's a baby Indorex. I want to get an Indorex figure, but also like it is funny. Like again, you know, hybrids. That like hybrids were a thing beforehand. I'm like, oh, they literally just like it was a thing beforehand, and they just never. Also, apparently, like that chaos effect was going to be a show too. I will say though, it does I was kind also like we do see like the glow in the dark like ducky animal dinos at one point. That was one thing that Kenji wanted to show Brooklyn before they broke up, or right before they broke up. But and like that's what like kind of was like the last straw when like Brooklyn missed the glowing dinos. I would mind you, like I get it, like because here's the thing too, we don't really need hybrids. Like there's enough cool ass dinosaurs to where we don't need like, oh, we need a super new dinosaur for the park. It's like dinosaurs are cool enough as it is. I don't really think you're gonna need too much more. But like I would like if like maybe they're gonna go with the idea of like, you know, gene splicing, like the bad guys are gene splicing dinosaurs, and that's how we're gonna get more cool ass hybrids. Because yeah, an Ankylosaurus like pterodactyl, that's kind of badass. Or the Ultimasaurus, hell yeah. But yeah, they eventually get to the DPW place. The boss of the DPW is there, and it seemed like either he might have been a good guy, and then say, oh no, he's actually a bad guy, and then it turns out, and then he's like, you know what? Deal's off when he finds the raptor lady. But then this other guy's there. He's like, this other guy that he thought he worked for him, he was like, did you really think you were in charge? And he get the head DPW guy who was like saying like, you know, you guys can go home. Darius has to work for me though, so I can keep an eye on him. And eventually he gets eaten by raptors. Everyone, Mateo, the guy who found Brooklyn's dead body, brought the dinosaur there. He pops up, and he pops up again and saves them from being eaten by dinosaurs. And these guys, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, when the DPW captured One-Eyed. I'm trying to think of everything else. And eventually, like all the storylines converge when they all meet up at the docks. They find out that they're sending these dinosaurs somewhere, but they don't know where. But like the broker is who's the guy in charge. And they're like, all right, we got to go. Sorry, I'm just checking something because he fell over. I'm going to lay him down so he doesn't mess up his quills. We have to go find out who's doing this. And so they jump on the boat. Mateo's like, I'm out. I'm not doing this shit. But you guys also like are very vulnerable to each other. It's really weird. And like, shut up, man. You almost got a girl killed. You think you got a girl killed. Shut up. He leaves. They get on the boat, and they're gonna go find the broker because the broker also has a bunch of eggs now and like other dinosaurs that were on the boat. Also, like at the very, very end, like there's a whole thing where like all the dinosaurs start getting released. And actually, let me see. Can I find it? Look at this real quick. Look at this really, really, really quick. Okay, lock unblock. It unlocks. Mind you, there hasn't been a T-Rex in the entire thing. Season. T-Rex comes out. Just bump some barrels. She's like, this diva just straight goes, I want to be in this for 10 minutes. I'm going to come in with the most glorified, badass, like, motherfucking T-Rex scene. Like, I'm the motherfucking T-Rex. Freaking, like, look at the back effect. It literally, like, you see the explosion, and then it goes into slow-mo, so she can do the roar. The damn T-Rex can freaking slow down time so she can then roar and have this epic scene. It's so over the top. It's so goddamn funny. There's no ignition. Just bump some barrels that were next to her thing for some reason that were explosive. It's really funny. The old Big E. That was a badass entrance there. Damn, Big E knocking over barrels and exploding, the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's a great entrance. Good to see the great Tyrannosaurus Rex back. I love the fact that as soon as that guy T-Rex roar occurs, every person and creature knows to get the hell out. Yep, that's definitely Big Edie. You see the scars on her face. It's the same as Can't Relate. Is Big Godzilla moment? Is Big Edie the same as the Roaring Child looks? Whatever. She didn't have to make a better entrance than Rexy, but she did. Rexy teach to her some moves. Oh, so I guess Big Edie and Rexy are different. When I saw this, I was like, these T-Rexes nowadays are making themselves cool. The roar plus explosion is awesome. Yeah, this is great. Like, it's just so over the top. God. But yeah, and then big thing at the end with the DPW agent that was working with, like, Darius. I was telling him to go home and relax and stuff. Like, she sends somebody, we don't know who, this message saying, the DPW leader guys got killed. I thought you should know. And who messages back? Oh my God, it's Brooklyn. But she's missing an arm. And I'm like, all right, I'll go with that. Because, like, yeah, she lost an arm because there was a lot of blood. And I'm like, all right, yeah, so, did they cover? I was thinking, like, maybe she got captured or something happened. Like that. I kind of guessed that Brooklyn was going to be, like, Stinger credit at the end. I was guessing maybe she was captured for some reason. Don't know why. I thought maybe she would be captured, maybe because, like, whatever she found out, it had to be hidden. And, like, you know, they don't want to kill her or some shit. I don't know. I had no idea. But yeah, so Brooklyn's alive. And now the gang is going to go find the broker. What is Brooklyn doing? No idea. I kind of hate her haircut in that. I actually really like her haircut more in, right here. Like, this haircut honestly looks really cute on her. Yeah. That's what happened. And it was pretty good. I honestly, I will say, like, I think I probably like this one better than the Camp Cretaceous. I like, you know, going cross country. I like the dinos actually being out in the world. That is something, like, I want to see more in the movies, and we kind of really didn't get that much. So, but it was cool. It was cool seeing these characters again, seeing them do all this stuff, and eventually now reconnect, and now we have to see what's going to happen next. And I'm trying to think now. Because there is a lot they could do with this world as, like, Jurassic World 3 set up. And I think Dominion was the second one? I can't remember. That one, like, the second one I didn't really like. The third one I actually thought was really good. The first one I thought was really good. The second one I kind of hated. I'll probably rewatch them. But, like, yeah. Also, my only big regret about the Indominus Rex is that instead of it being raptor DNA, they should have made it human DNA. That's why it's so smart, because it has human, like, thinking processes and shit. But yeah, it was a pretty good show, a pretty good season. Let me see. Kenji's dad, Bumpy, family business. Darius erased all his. Also, Darius, like, erasing all of the missed calls because he kept calling Brooklyn, like, say, like, how much he missed her and all this stuff. Yeah. DPW selling dinos. DPW didn't send the Raptors. It turns out, like, that guy was, again, they did. It just wasn't him. It wasn't that main dude. I called it. She lost her arm. But yeah, so Brooklyn's alive. A lot of people died in this. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not going to count Kenji's dad. But there was a DPW agent. There was, like, a few people at the Dino Free Save compound that Yaz was at. So, like, maybe, like, I want to say 3 or 4 we probably saw. And then like 5, about like 6 or 7 deaths, maybe a little bit more. All of them off screen, but again, they use the off screen deaths to really, like, Because again, some characters did die off screen because they don't want to show the gore and blood and stuff. But that again allowed it to where I was still questioning towards the end, like, is Brooklyn actually dead or is Brooklyn actually alive? I couldn't really know. And eventually, you know, eventually, you know, it does find out, like, okay, yeah. So again, like, if Kenji's dad's alive, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah. This was good. I liked it a lot. I kind of do hope we might see another, like, cool hybrid, but also, like, it isn't necessarily needed, but I would love to see a cool hybrid eventually at some point. I don't know if they're it'd be cool if they jumped the shark a tiny bit. I don't need an exact dude like, oh my god, it's a dragon, but I would be kind of cool if they make, like, a dragon-esque dino. I think that would kind of go like, we thought we'd make a dragon, make like a Game of Thrones dragon, like pterodactyl wings, and it crawls on the ground like that, and like then you have the head. It doesn't need to breathe fire, but you can have the spit from the ones. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. And you could definitely have it where it might ignite. I don't know. Dinosaurs are pretty badass. They are pretty much dragons. Like you really got, like, yeah, we kind of. Like, that's the thing, like, people are like, I'm searching for the true, like, meaning of dragons and all this, like, dragons exist, all this stuff. Which, mind you, yeah, sure, keep looking, I guess. But, like, think about it. These things are dragons. Like, yeah, some of them are feathered, not really scaly, but, like, these things are goddamn dragons. They're big-ass lizards that used to eat things. Yeah, maybe humanity didn't run alongside them, unless some of them survived past a few million years, which, you know, some of them did, and they're called alligators. And birds. But, yeah, so... This is pretty cool. I liked it a lot. It was pretty fun. They never say what the chaos theory is. Actually, wait. Is it just something in a cannibal won't? Chaos theory, meaning?
According to ScienceDirect.com, chaos theory describes the qualities of the point at which stability moves to instability or order moves to disorder. For example, unlike the behavior of a pendulum, which adheres to a predictable pattern, a chaotic system does not settle into a predictable pattern due to its nonlinear processes.
So it's okay. So chaos theory is just when stuff goes crazy, I guess.
That's chaos theory.
Maybe we'll get something more later. But anyways, touching out below. Thanks for watching. Thank you all for sticking with me. Thank you for all subscribe. Please share all my videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. Subscription buttons are on this. Subscribe videos, and we will see you later.